Good morning, kids. We are so glad that you've decided to join us this morning. We are continuing to talk about people in the Bible that went through these now what moments where they kind of felt stuck or they just weren't sure exactly what they were supposed to do next. And so this morning our story comes from the Old Testament, from the book of Ruth, which is named after one of the main characters. The story opens with a woman named Naomi. And she was from this town called Bethlehem, which, if you know the Christmas story, you know that that's where Jesus was born as well, thousands of years later. So Naomi was born there, and she grew up, and she got married, but then her land started to run out of food. And so she and her husband had to leave, and they went to another country. And at this point, they had 2 sons who then decided to get married, and they married women who were from this new country. Well, Naomi's story gets really sad from here. Her husband and both of her sons die. So now it's just her and her 2 daughters-in-law. And she tells them that she's going to go back to her land. They have food now. She's going to go back and try to make a life for herself there, even though it would be really hard and she would be really lonely. And she tells these 2 daughters-in-law that they can just stay where they need to be. They can stay in their home, near their family, maybe get married again. But one of her daughters-in-law, Ruth, decides that she wants to stay with Naomi. She is loyal. She loves Naomi. And so she decides to move back with her, knowing that now there's going to be 2 single women. One of them's been gone a very long time, and the other one is now an immigrant who is now in this new place with a new language. But she tells Naomi, I love you. I'm committed to you. Your people will be my people, and I will even worship this God that you've been talking about. You see, Ruth didn't know Naomi's God yet, but she said, I want to follow the same God that you do. And so these brave, loyal, loving women go back to this country, and now Ruth is an immigrant. And so we're going to see through a couple of videos this morning the rest of their story and what happens. But I want you to think about what it might be like if you had to leave the place where you were born and move somewhere else to a new country with a new language. Now, some of you know what this is like because you actually have left your country before to come here. And maybe if not you, then maybe your parents or your grandparents. Perhaps you know someone. Many of you, if you come to our church regularly, you know people who left their homes and they came here. And I think we can imagine maybe how scary that would be. And so this was a now what moment for Naomi and Ruth. But they are committed to following God and what He wants for them. They're committed to loving each other and making sure that they're taken care of. And so this is a story about how God provides so beautifully for these women who are really probably scared and a little bit lonely, and they're just not sure what's going to be next. But God provides for them. God does beautiful things for them. And so we have a video coming up for you next that I think you'll really enjoy that explains this story in a fun way. And then after that, we have another video from Vanessa and Sophia, who you guys will recognize from church. And they've done another short Lego video for us that really focuses on one main verse from this whole book of the Bible. When Ruth tells Naomi that she's going to be committed to her, that she wants her people to be the same people, she's going to be part of her family, she's going to go to her country, and she will even worship Naomi's God. And so Vanessa and Sophia help show us a little bit more about that verse. And then you guys have some packets at home, some papers, some word searches and coloring sheets and other things. So you can pull those out as well, and you can begin to follow along with this story. We hope you all really enjoy this. We know that for some of you, this is a weird time, right? And we're all feeling like we're in the middle of this now what moment. Maybe you're really tired of being at home all the time. But this whole series, all of these weeks have been a reminder that God is so good and faithful, and He will get all of us through this, and that He will see us through to the other side of all of this. And so we really hope that you enjoy the story this morning and these videos. Please know that we miss you and we love you. Hope you guys have a great morning.